This is Tigers Talking on the Prairie, and I'm Kelly Jo Smith, the instructor of Lahaina High School's Honors English 4 class. And in these podcasts, my students explore their writing, talk about the process that they've gone through, and in general, we try to metacognitively learn about ourselves as writers. So we hope you sit back and enjoy this, the opposition essay. We are exploring expository writing and chose to do an opposition essay in which my students had to pick a topic that was controversial and had two sides to it, but yet one that they could stay neutral in. So, gentlemen, if you will introduce yourselves to our listening audience, please.
I'm John Applehunt.
I'm Justice Johnson.
Okay, so we're talking about the topic of this is one that has to have two sides, but yet one that you had to stay neutral in. How did you go about picking your topic?
I went through a book and I just chose one out of the book.
What book was that?
One of your books.
That opposing viewpoint book where it gave you some ideas then? So you went through it, but what drew you to that topic?
I'm a hunter and I like shooting guns for a sport, and I wouldn't like to see them go away.
So you have a personal interest in the topic that you chose, but yet going through the book kind of sparked some interest, sparked some ideas for you.
Right.
Okay. How'd you choose yours, Justice?
I found mine in the book also.
And why were you drawn to it?
Because it's a pretty fascinating subject, I guess.
It's fascinating to me as a teacher because one of the things I hear is, oh, you guys control the topics, let us choose whatever we want to talk about, and we'll be more, engaged and enthusiastic about writing it. But then when you leave it open, sometimes students have a hard time choosing a topic. So what's the best procedure for a teacher to go?
I don't know. I say you just assign something, because if you give somebody, for me it's longer to pick a topic because I have so many choices to choose from, but if I just have to do one thing, there is no other choice. You just got to do it.
Do you enjoy it as much, though?
It don't bother me, I guess.
Either way?
Doesn't matter.
What do you think? Do you like it wide open, or do you like more restrictions?
I'd rather have it wide open because I like writing about stuff that I would want to write about.
Okay. All right, so this is the opposition essay, and here are my two students from the class to share their essay.
Marriage, a bond that signifies your undying love for another human being. What does it mean to be married? What is so important about marriage? Who gets married in today's society? I hope to dive into that subject head first. First of all, marriage is something that every girl plans when she is 5, and something old women never forget. Whether it is a romantic as signing your names on a legal document at the county courthouse, or something as wondrous as a church wedding with all the bells and whistles. It signifies that you are legally bonded to your spouse. It creates a closeness that cannot be reached by not getting married. Your woman will take your name in most cases, showing that she wishes to hold your name proudly and honorably. In the good old days, a couple who did not get married and had kids still was very frowned upon. The child would grow up a bastard. So why, I ask, would you not want to get married? Why get married? Why be tied down with the same nagging woman for the rest of eternity? You got me. I would think it would be better to enjoy the company of the same time it takes for the earth to rotate on its axis. When the sun comes up is enough time spent together for me. If you're with the same woman day in and day out, the stress of having them around creates a shade of gray to creep up on your head, or hair loss, or in extreme cases, increased weight gain. Would you want a woman to be burdened with that knowledge of what she is doing to you? I'm doing the kind of thing by not keeping them around for their side effects to rub off on me, or anyone, in that case. Besides the health hazards, why go through all the trouble and expenses of getting married? If one chooses to keep a woman around, then wouldn't it be best for the relationship to have a little bit of freedom? Good, healthy relationships rely on personal freedom. Would you like to be tied up, gagged, and watch life pass you by? I would not. In conclusion, I hope that I have given you things to apply in your life, in either case, or at least to think about for your future, your health, or your child's reputation. Your choice.
The Second Amendment, one of many things required since before the nation's constitution. Firearms, they have been around since the land we live in have been discovered, and now We have a sorry president who wants to abolish our right for protection, the right to a career that involves firearms, and the right for food and the sport. For the protection of the country, all Americans, women, and men had the right to keep weapon in their possession, legal and registered, but one of our nation's natural rights. For many of the years, people have done many good things with the firearms used today, such as a sport and the way people now can make a living by the way we were able to shoot and produce these rifles, such as shotguns and many other things. The amendment in our Constitution states all of the age Americans have the natural right to bear arms in the United States. Technology has improved greatly than just a musket ball and some powder. Now we have automatic weapons, bolt, pump action rifles, etc., all of which are smokeless and can shoot up to a mile. Nowadays, you can fire up to 20 rounds in just a couple seconds. Even though we have gone through these changes, it still should stand the same rifles as it always has been since we were called the United States. These days, it seems like the laws change day by day no matter what happens to the economy or who the president is. They are always changing and they always will change. Even it's this way society is today. There is no one set rule anymore. Anything may know no matter what the beliefs are on that matter. The firearms, though, really the one thing that we have always depended on since our birth, and you want to take it away. I would really like to see you try. There will be millions of mad Americans who want to test, and if you want to test them all, then go right ahead.
This has been another episode of Tigers Talking on the Prairie, produced in conjunction with Lahaina High School's English Department and Technology Department. I'm Kelly Jo Smith. We're excited about sharing our writing with you, so we hope you'll come back and listen to us again on Tigers Talking in the Prairie. This is the November 2010.